We will discuss two types of data splitting techniques, namely train and test sets and k-fold cross-validation. Learning the parameters of a prediction function and testing it on the same data is a methodical mistake. A model that would just repeat the labels of the samples that it has just seen would have a perfect score, but would fail to predict anything useful on yet unseen data. The situation is called overfitting. To avoid it, it is a common practice when performing a supervised machine learning model to hold out part of the available data as a test set. We will learn. So let's look at the first technique of data splitting, which is train test splits. We can take our original data set and split it into two parts. Train the algorithm on the first part called the train set and make predictions on the second part called test set. This helps us to evaluate the predictive outcomes against the already known outcomes in the test set. The size of the split can depend on the size and specifics of the given dataset, although it is common to use 70% of the data for training and say remaining 30% for testing as illustrated. If the size of the dataset is small, then I would suggest give preference should be given to the training data. Therefore, the test size can be reduced to below 30% and vice versa. The train test evaluation technique is very fast and is ideal for large datasets, say millions of records, where there is a strong evidence that both splits of the data are representative of the underlying problem. And this is a very important point to note. Because of the speed, it is useful to use this approach when the algorithm you are investigating is slow to train. However, the disadvantage of this technique is that it can have a high variance. This means that differences in the training and the test dataset can result in a meaningful difference in the estimate for accuracy. Let's look at another useful technique which is called k-fold cross-validation. Cross-validation is an approach that can be used to estimate the performance of a machine learning algorithm which generates less variance than a single train test set split discussed in the earlier slide. It works by splitting the dataset into k parts, that is, it can be k is equal to 5 or k is equal to 10. Each split of the data is called a fold. The algorithm is trained on k minus 1 folds with one held back and tested on the held back fold. This is repeated so that each fold of the dataset is given a chance to be the held back test set. After running cross-validation, you end up with k different performance scores that you can summarize using a mean and a standard deviation. The result is a more reliable estimate of the performance of the algorithm on new data. It is more accurate because the algorithm is trained and evaluated multiple times on different data. Important to note that the choice of k must allow the size of each partition to be large enough to be a reasonable sample of the problem, while allowing enough repetitions of the train test evaluation of the algorithm to provide a fair estimate of the algorithm performance on unseen data. A model is trained using k-1 of the folds as a training data. The resulting model is validated on the remaining part of the data that is used as a test set to compute a performance measure such as accuracy. The performance measures reported by k-fold validation is then the average measure of the values computed in the loop. This approach can be time consuming, hence computationally expensive, but does not waste too much of data, as in the case when fixing an arbitrary validation set, which is a major advantage in problems where number of sample is small. Now let's illustrate these two techniques through our dataset using Jupyter Notebook. The first block of code demonstrates a method using train test split. We start with importing the train test split and logistic regression from sklearn library. We then separate out feature matrix denoted by X and dependent variable denoted by Y. The next step is to split the dataset into train and test using train test split function in the ratio of 7:3. And finally, we fit a logistic regression to the trained data and check the model accuracy. Here we see the model accuracy is 74.8. The second block of code demonstrates the method using k-fold validation. We start by importing k-fold cross-validation score and logistic regression from sklearn library. The cross-validation folds are set at 10. You can also use 5. Feature matrix X and dependent variable Y is already separated in the previous block code. Therefore, we input them in cross-validation function using the logistic regression model and check the model accuracy. Model accuracy across each folds are summarized through a mean accuracy of 76.8 with a standard deviation of 0.05, that is 76.8 plus minus 0.05. Very important to note that we need to put a seed value across the above two methods in order to maintain consistent outputs whenever we run the models. A seed value can be a random number, and in this case it is kept at 7. You can use any other random number, say your age, etc. etc. Earlier we have done three types of data transformations in our feature matrix, namely standardization, normalization, and rescaling. If we apply k-fold method to each of these transformed data and check the model accuracy vis-a-vis raw data, that is untransformed data in the previous slide, we find that the standardized data improves the model accuracy from 76.8 to 77.9. Well, there are other ways to improve model accuracy, and we will touch upon those methods in subsequent videos. Important to note that k-fold validation is a gold standard for evaluating the performance of machine learning algorithms on unseen data with k-sets of 5 or 10. Usually, a train test split is good for speed when using a slower algorithm and produces better estimates with lower bias when using on large datasets. Other techniques like leave one out cross validation and repeated random splits can be useful intermediates when trying to balance variance in the estimated performance, model testing speed, and data size. The best advice is to experiment and choose a technique for your problem that is fast and produces reasonable estimates of performance that you can use to make decisions. However, if you are in doubt, then use tenfold cross validation.